Folks, some of the worst calls I get from you involve complaints about your current attorney. We have a lot of attorneys here in Central Florida. Some are better than others. And my heart goes out to you when you are in a criminal jam. You have paid good money, and yet you get that sinking feeling you have a bad lawyer. And one of the complaints that I hear all the time is that your lawyer is unresponsive. Now, let me start by saying that unresponsive does not mean that they won't text you back in 5 minutes like you're in a new relationship and you're texting back and forth and all of a sudden you feel ghosted because somebody didn't respond within a half an hour. That is not what I mean by unresponsive. I am getting calls from people that have not spoken to their attorney in weeks or months, and that is ridiculous. And they just get the barriers and the stonewalling where they're talking to an assistant and a paralegal and this person, that person, but they never get to talk to their attorney. That is so wrong. We attorneys must be responsive. That is ridiculous. That is a bad sign for you if you cannot talk to your attorney or like your attorney won't ever meet with you. That is ridiculous. We should always be willing to meet with our clients. I do not mean that you show up at random at a law office and expect us not to be doing our job in court, in depositions, out at the jail, out at crime scenes, 100 other things that we have to do. But if your attorney is not even willing to schedule a meeting, that is just crazy. Another complaint that I hear a lot about that is also sad is that you get these attorney salespeople that you talk to in the beginning that sort of close your deal, and then you get it, somehow you wind up with another attorney that's supposedly the specialist in the firm, and this person, all the promises, all the things that were going to happen, they miss all those deadlines, and nothing happens as what was promised. That is wrong, folks. Look, we know what we're doing. If we tell you that something's going to happen, it should happen. This is not rocket science, right? So I feel for you. My heart goes out to you. If you spent good money and you were promised a lot of different things, and all of a sudden, 3 months later, none of this stuff is happening, this is ridiculous. That is wrong. And finally, another big complaint that I feel is very fixable. Some of my colleagues are just rude and condescending, and there is no excuse for that. You folks out there are in a bad, tight spot, and here you are in a bad, tight spot, and you are being berated by the only person on earth that is supposed to be helping you. Look, if I walked into a car dealership and the salesperson was rude and condescending, which has happened to me, I would take my business elsewhere. I feel for you folks that thought you had this great attorney and all of a sudden they turn out to be rude and all the things. That absolutely sucks. I will say this. I got to tell you, I know some rude attorneys that are actually extremely talented attorneys. So I want to say sometimes these folks are very good at what they do, and sometimes certain cases call for a little bit of rudeness, but not to your actual client. Direct that to the police and to the judge and to the prosecutor and to all the people that want to put your client in jail, but not to your actual client. So anyway, my heart goes out to y'all who spent good money and you are in a jam and then you find yourself in this bad spot. Those are some of the things to look out for to figure out, gee, I might have a bad attorney. I get it.